Most people think that it's totally normal to get sunburn when it's actually not at all. In reality, it's a sign of poor health, and I'm gonna prove this to you in this video. Because here's the thing, for example, I never get sunburn. I'm staying in the sun for hours, I never get burnt. And before, when I was unhealthier, I would get burned, so it's not like I was born this way. And if you think about it logically from a natural standpoint, yeah, of course, humans evolved for millions of years or whenever the earth was created, to stay in the sun for hours without sunscreen, because the sunscreen is a modern invention. It only exists for like 100 or so years, I guess. So of course, it's not like nature did a mistake here and didn't equip us with the right things to survive our environment. This just goes to show that getting sunburn is a modern problem, and like I told you, getting sunburn is a sign of poor health. And the reason things are this way is because your skin is built from the fats that you consume. So for example, most people nowadays have a standard American diet. They consume lots of like processed sugars and specifically seed oils. They consume like sunflower oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, whatever, like the fuck, you know, all these seed oils, all these plant oils in general, which have omega-6, which are polyunsaturated fats. And these fats are highly oxidable and they are very fragile. So when you consume these fats, your skin will be made of basically seed oil fat, and you will get burned very easily in the sun. That's the reason you get sunburn. Not because the sun is bad or anything like that, because it causes cancer or whatever the fuck other people say, you know, or the studies that they did it on unhealthy people. We're gonna get to that later. But yeah, here's the thing basically. That's the reason why you get sunburn, because you consume seed oils, you consume the wrong type of fats, the polyunsaturated fats, which are from the plant oils, like I told you. So your skin will become very fragile. You can think about it this way, like your skin will become a very flammable object when you consume this type of fats, and indicates that your diet is poor, which means that you have poor health, you have inflammation in the body, and you get sunburn. Because like I told you, I can stay in the sun, I don't use sunscreen at all, and I don't get sunburn because I don't consume seed oils. I haven't touched them in like 2 years or so, because they're fucking trash. They also cause other problems like obesity, inflammation in the body, and other stuff, which you don't want, of course. So the solution here is to fix your diet, eliminate the seed oils first, and eat the right type of fats, which will be the animal fats, of course, the saturated fats, which your body is made of. You're made of saturated fat because you're an animal. Saturated fats are found in animals. So you gotta consume, you know, fat from the meat, eggs, butter, dairy, all this kind of stuff, which will make your skin way better, and you won't get sunburned anymore. That's why, because my diet, for example, is a raw meat based diet. I've been eating like this for 8 months. I eat raw meat, raw eggs, raw butter. I don't consume seed oils, no processed carbohydrates, or just fruit and honey basically. Besides that, animal-based diet, raw animal-based diet. And before this, I was even on a cooked carnivore diet for 1 year, like the same diet but cooked meat. And even on this diet, even on cooked meat, I noticed that I don't get sunburn, so it's all cool. But on raw meat-based diet, is basically just a cooked meat, cooked animal-based diet, but on steroids, because you don't cook your meat anymore, you get more energy, you look better. So yeah, that's a side note here in case you're curious about this raw meat-based diet, because I generally feel good and it makes people healthy. Not just me. You can see like I have a series on this channel, Carnivores, the Epitome of Health. I show people that are on a raw meat based diet, and everybody gets healthy on this diet. Everybody just looks better, feels better. Now if you're curious to learn more about this raw meat based diet, why it works, how it works, what are all the benefits, and also want to upgrade your health so you can look better, feel better, and live longer, you'll find some extra things there besides the raw meat based diet that will help you become healthier. So coming back to the sunburn is basically an inflammation response. It's not that the sun is bad itself, it's the fact that you consume seed oils, you know, omega-6 polyunsaturated fats, which are very fragile, and sunburn is like an inflammation response because your skin is very fragile because you consume those fats and you build your skin on those fats. Now if you consume the animal, you know, fats, the fats from the meat and the animal products, then your skin will be very resilient. You will tan very well, and you will have DNA protection from the UV, because the UV is not dangerous unless you eat seed oils. That's why there are studies that say the sun causes cancer. It's not that the sun is bad, it's the fact that you are unhealthy and sick, and those studies are made on sick fucking people. That's the thing. Yet that's why everybody says that the sun causes cancer. No, it doesn't, motherfucker. You're just unhealthy and you eat seed oils. That's it. Now I also gotta mention that when you're low in vitamin A or E, for example, and other antioxidants, your skin will also be vulnerable, I would say. So for example, if you eat meat and animal products, obviously they're very abundant in nutrients in vitamin A and E, especially vitamin A, for example, in liver is the best source on earth for vitamin A. There's no food that has more vitamin A than liver, so make sure you eat some raw liver. That will be very, very amazing, very healthy for you. And another interesting thing is that when you consume seed oils, they will remain in your system, in your skin, basically for months. So even though you put yourself on a raw animal based diet, even for months you kind of will still get burned. You won't won't tan that easily until your skin will get replaced fully with the fats from the animal products. So you gotta wait a bit if you're wondering why you're on a raw animal based diet or a cooked animal based diet at the beginning and you still get burned. This could be the reason why. For example, it took me, I guess, I don't know, 2 or 3 months until I found out that I don't get burned anymore and I don't need to use sunscreen on a cooked animal based diet. Now I don't have any studies to show you that, yeah, some studies that say they put like X people on an animal based diet and it shows that they don't get sunburn anymore. I don't think there's any study like that. But I have my anecdotal experience. You can see the anecdotal experience of other people. You'll see them in the comments too. So I don't give a shit about the studies. I'm not gonna show you the studies. You just gotta be open-minded, try what I say here, and you'll see for yourself. That's the only thing I care about. So just stay open-minded, experiment with this, and you will find out for yourself. So yeah, that was kind of it with the video. Hope you found this perspective interesting. Hope you now know that getting sunburn is not normal. It's a sign of poor health. And hopefully you're gonna take action from this video. Start an animal-based diet so you can be healthy, look good, feel good. Whether it's raw or cooked, it's still good if you try cooked at first and then build up from that. It still helped me a lot when I was on cooked carnivore diets. And yeah, that was it with the video. Basically, if you're curious to know now what I eat in a day exactly on this raw animal based diet, then you can just click on this video and you'll see that exactly to what I eat in a day to die at 30 like my ancestors.